Well, yesterday, 2 autopsy reports were released. One, an independent report ordered by his family, the other, a county medical examiner, both ruling George Floyd's death a homicide. The family's attorney, Benjamin Crump, and co-counsels for the Floyd family are calling for the arrest of the other 3 officers involved in the case. Joining us live this morning is one of the co-counsels, Dallas-based attorney Lee Merritt. Lee, good morning. I want you to share your insight on the independent findings.
Good morning. The autopsy that we had performed obviously reached a very different conclusion than that of the state-sponsored autopsy. Our autopsy found that there was clear compressions around the throat area that prevented circulation of air to the brain and blood to the brain, which resulted in the death of Mr. Floyd.
How do you expect this will shape the course of action for those other 3 officers that were there and witnessed what happened?
Well, one major part of the autopsy that we released yesterday was that there was compressions to the lungs. And so you have the knee on the throat, but you have the other officers who were involved in the compressions of the chest, which resulted in lack of circulation of air. That means there were other officers involved in even the physical assault of Mr. Floyd, as well as preventing others from aiding. That means the other officers are should be held criminally accountable. Now, it's worth noting that their own chief affirmed that and speaking with live media just a couple of days ago.
I did see that very powerful interview. I think he said something along the lines, and I'm not quoting here, something about complicity with standing there and watching what happened. I also want to ask you, what is your message to the North Texas community right now?
I'm actually on my way back to Texas to stand with Houston and the family of the Floyd from Minnesota. The images coming out of Dallas of protesters peacefully marching, standing up and demanding equality, not only for the Floyd family, but in the ample cases of police injustice in North Texas. The family is encouraged by that sight. We ask you all to continue. We also are asking law enforcement to avoid violence in escalating, agitating protesters and righteous people who are standing up for their community.
I certainly hear you, Lee. Just real quickly, if you can tell me, you heard that sound from Terrence Floyd there, asking people to not destroy their communities, to stop destroying their communities. Do you have any information or anything you want to say to those folks?
Yeah, it is important that we center our energy on actions that actually impact the outcomes that we're looking for, and that does not involve rioting or looting stores. It does involve continuing to put pressure on the powers that be, on the governmental entities that protect both white supremacy and police brutality.
Lee Merritt, thank you for joining us this morning. I certainly know, you were busy and you gave us some time, so we truly appreciate it. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you so much.